Hey guys, it's Paradise, and we've been playing a ton of the Battlefield 6 beta, and I've been loving sniping and the recon class. So I wanted to run you guys through my current best sniper loadout, all of the attachments, the reasoning for things, and what it all does so that you can tear it up out there. The sniper is actually really interesting in Battlefield 6 because it is all snipers having an instant headshot kill. You might be wondering, you want a one shot to the body. Well, that is actually possible, and you can do that right now in the beta or over the beta weekends. You see, with the current sniper as it is, and with all the other snipers when they're added in the full game, there is actually a sweet spot past a certain distance where upper torso or neck shots will actually one shot. For this sniper rifle, as you can see in the training room here, if you shoot between 70 or 80 meters or further away at the neck or upper torso, it will be a one-shot instant kill even without that headshot. So you want to be aiming for at least the neck where possible at distance, or a headshot if it is closer than that. But the actual sniping is super fun in Battlefield 6. It feels really good to do, and I think part of that is with the new field specs. As you can see here, you level up throughout the match up to a UAV at level 0, so passively all the time you have improved auto spotting, which basically just spots enemies as you are scoped in on them. When you get a few kills, a little bit of XP, and you level up to level 1, your sniper torso hits will reveal enemies and slow their healing, which is just great to passively have. And at level 2, all of those juicy headshots will now make enemies unrevivable, so it doesn't matter who they are, they're not getting back up. Remember, if you do push to level 3, you can call in that UAV to spot everything around you, but you will drop back to level 2 and you'll have to earn it again through kills and points and stuff like that. There will be more of these in the full game, but this one's actually a really good one, especially for sniping currently, but there will be more of those. So for the full loadout in the beta, there isn't a ton that you can change apart from the attachments on your actual weapons. There isn't any other gadgets, but hey, C4, really good, and the redeploy gadget, really good as well. For your grenades, you do have an option between a frag grenade and a smoke grenade, and I actually think the smoke grenades aren't that good, but specifically for the recon, they can be useful more so than a frag grenade. The tanks are obviously everywhere in Conquest and Breakthrough, and if you throw a couple smoke grenades, it makes it a lot easier to run up to the tank and blow it up with some C4. So for that reason, I actually like to take the smoke instead of a frag, but that's up to you. I recommend that, trying out that combo. It's pretty fun. For the pistol, we only have the one option right now, so put on any attachments that you can, particularly a scope, maybe the increased magazine if you have it leveled up. Otherwise, let's take a look at the sniper. You can see there's one sniper option in the game currently. There is the DMRs if you want to level them up, and they can be pretty good, especially when fully juiced to the max. But if you actually want to do some bolt action sniping and get those juicy taps with the good scope that it comes with, then this is your place. So if we actually go to customize it, you can see there's a bunch of different attachment slots, and there's a couple that matter more than others, and you only get 100 points to play with, so you do have to give up some things in order to go with other things. I'll start with the scope. This is the default scope. I actually like this one. It is the highest zoom at 6. You can see at the lower end of what you unlock, you get a 4 times, a 3 times, a 2.5, and a 5 times. But I actually prefer this default 6 times, so pick your poison, what you like. I've seen a lot of people liking the ACOG here. I've seen a lot of people liking the 5 times. Pick what you like, but I have got pretty used to this 6 times and think it sort of does the job anyway, and it only costs 10 points, so it's not too bad. As you level up, you will unlock more of these options. So I have this maxed out at level 20, as you can see here. So what you want to do is, when you get it, immediately slot in this DLC bolt. What this does is allow you to keep your scope zoomed in as you chamber the next round, which basically means you don't have to constantly scope out in between shots. It is a massive improvement. It makes things so much more easy, enjoyable. It lets you do your next shot a bit quicker because you don't have to rescope in. It doesn't mean you don't have to deal with any ADS speed changes and stuff like that. It is 30 points, but it is so worth it. When you unlock it, I would recommend the tungsten core, as this does have improved bullet penetration, so it will help with smaller things like when you're sniping pilots out of helicopters and stuff like that. But for the actual damage of the weapon, you can see the default full metal jacket bullets actually give you a bit more control, but I like to go with the tungsten for that increased bullet pen, but it doesn't actually affect damage against troops, so this isn't affecting our bullet damage against actual players. I keep the default mag simply because 25 to go up to 8 shots is a big cost, and you'll have to sacrifice something else, and it's only 3 more bullets. 5 is enough to do the job if you ask me. I'm going to skip right over because I have the CQB suppressor on. This simply reduces the noise and, you know, the little red dot on the map when you shoot, which I think is really handy. The other ones only really reduce recoil by improving your control, so if the kickback is a problem, you could go with like the brake here, you could go with the other brake, or maybe the flash hider if you want to. but I actually think the suppressor is the best, just to make yourself a little less obvious while you're out there sniping. And then the barrel, this is another super important one. This barrel is actually less than the default, but as you can see, it increases our velocity. If you look down here at the bottom right, you can see the red bullet goes from 900 to 1125. So this means that our bullets travel faster and will hit people first. So I definitely put in that 26 carbon barrel there. After all of these other ones are slotted in, you will have 5 points left over, and that's why I've gone for this full angled grip here. This literally gives us a little bit extra ADS speed. You can see we switch over to something else. It doesn't make a huge difference to our stats, but you can see here improved aiming speed, ADS speed, and draw time at the cost of accuracy when moving. I haven't found that penalty to be a problem at all, but increased ADS speed is really nice considering we only have those 5 points to add in. The other accessories don't really matter too much. I haven't really found the rangefinder is a problem for zeroing. I definitely wouldn't recommend putting a laser dot on because they are visible to other players, so they'll just give you away a bit more. But hey, if you want to do that and run around with a red dot, you totally could. And it would be very nice to get the AG coating here if you can find a way to rejig things. Maybe if you're not using the suppressor, because that does cost 30, you could instead use a break and then slot in this coating, which just makes that scope glint, that big white glow of sniping, a little bit less harsh, which is really good to have. But I prefer having the suppressor on myself, but you could swap to a break and slot that in if you want to. Now, I have to say, the sniping, like I say, has been really fun. If you actually do go for those headshots or those neck shots at distance, you will find yourself just one-tapping everyone like crazy. And again, that smoke with the C4 combo is really nice. But that is pretty much my loadout, my recommendation for sniping right now. Give it a try. Slot these in and tell me what you think of this down below. And we'll be back with more tips coming your way soon and some more builds on the other weapons. We're currently testing out all the assault rifles, the SMGs, and the LMGs. And I can tell you there are some clear winners. So we'll be back with that soon. But if you want to see more Battlefield 6, then drop a like and subscribe down below because we'll have you covered as soon as we can. Here at Arix Gaming, we're two friends who love to play games. You have me, Paradise, as well as 26.
Our goal is to keep the videos as concise as possible by cutting out any of the fluff and focusing on what really matters with high quality videos.
So make sure you're subscribed down below for more videos on your favorite games coming very soon.